Hello, it's Oksana, and this video is going to be on my favorite natural high-end products. I have a video on my favorite budget natural products, and so this is like the opposite of that. And some of these things are kind of borderline because I don't have a lot of really high-end things, but I have a few that would be considered high-end just because they're really pricey. So first is the Dual Phase Hydrating Concealer from Drummond. I think this is an absolutely amazing concealer and I love it. And it is like $22-ish, so it's pretty pricey for this little container, but it's very versatile. You can mix it with your moisturizer to make your own tinted moisturizer. You can mix it in to other liquid foundations to amp up the coverage of those foundations. And of course you can use it on its own as a concealer, and I think it makes a wonderful concealer that way. It is natural and I really enjoy it. And another thing is this Jane Iredale Liquid Minerals Foundation. As you can see, I'm almost out of this. This is really, really pricey. It is $50-something, and I absolutely love this foundation. It's one of those things where I'm so conflicted, like it's so expensive, but I really don't want to be without it. So I'm probably going to be repurchasing this. I'm trying to hold out right now and salvage just a little tiny bit that I have left of it, just because in the summer I tend to not wear liquid or cream foundations as much. I tend to wear more powder, and so I'm trying to not repurchase this until maybe the winter, until I need it, or the fall at least. But this is an absolutely wonderful foundation. I'm in love with this. It's aloe based. It's got the pigments suspended in an aloe gel, so it feels wonderful on your face, especially if you have acne prone skin. It doesn't feel heavy or oily or greasy or anything like that. It can give you pretty decent coverage if you build it up. Not heavy, but you know, medium to heavy-ish, especially if you set it with a powder. You can get a little bit more coverage that way. And I just really, really enjoy this. Wonderful natural ingredients in this as well. And then this powder, this Color Tones Baked Mineral Foundation from, I got this from Makeup Artist Choice, but this is not a specific brand. This is just something that companies resell. And I believe it is somewhere between $20 and $30, depending on where you find it. I think it's 20-something on Makeup Artist Choice, but if some of the other places I've seen have it a little bit pricier. That's why I purchased. I purchased where I found it cheapest, honestly. And it is a baked, swirled mineral foundation. This does not contain any titanium oxide or zinc oxide. Sorry, I had to think for a second there. I was at iron oxide, but I'm like, no, that's something that everything contains. So I know some people actually can be sensitive to those ingredients. Those can also be more drying than just plain mica. So this is mica based, and then it also has jojoba oil, safflower oil for pressing. It does have some natural plant ingredients in here as well, but this is wonderful. It gives the most like airbrushed soft finish to your skin. It's absolutely beautiful. I love this powder. The only problem is the Dover beige color, which is what I have. It's great for me right now in the summer, but it is like borderline too dark. I still wear it, but in the dead of winter when I'm the palest of the pale, it's awfully hard for me to pull this off. I try to do it anyway by wearing something lighter underneath, but I wish they had a lighter color, is what I'm trying to say. And this is just awesome. It makes an awesome setting powder. Or you can use it on its own as a foundation, as like a lighter coverage foundation. You can use a kabuki brush that is dense to really build up the coverage of this. You can also apply it wet to build up the coverage of this. And because it doesn't have the titanium or the zinc oxide, it doesn't give you that tight feeling. You know, sometimes you apply mineral foundation wet and it dries on your face and it's like a mask and you just feel it tightening on your skin. This really doesn't do that because those are the ingredients, or sometimes kaolin clay, sometimes makeup will have that as well, that are the culprit for that kind of tight feeling. So wonderful high-end powder. And then a cream foundation that I absolutely love is this Nvey Echo cream foundation that looks like this. This is a nude. This is quite light for me right now, but I tend to wear this in the winter because that's when my skin likes cream foundation. This one is driest. This is a wonderful cream foundation. Amazing coverage. Looks natural. I like to use a sponge to blend it out after applying it, and this is absolutely wonderful. It's a little pricey. On their website, I think it's significantly more expensive than on Ulta's website. So if you can buy it on Ulta, then I would recommend buying it there. I think that certain Ulta stores carry this as well. Not mine, but I know some of them do. So maybe you can even try it out in store. But this is a wonderful cream foundation. And then for eyeshadows, I really don't have any high-end except for my Bare Minerals palettes. This is the affair to remember. I just grabbed a random one. This is actually not necessarily my favorite of all of them. It's probably some of the other ones. But these are limited edition 8 eyeshadow palettes they come up with that are just the cutest thing ever. Like, I love the packaging, and they're really good quality eyeshadows. I just absolutely adore them. And these tend to be like $40, but sometimes it will go on sale later on when they have their sales on their website if it's something they haven't sold out of yet, because these tend to be limited edition. Sometimes I'll try and push them for a little bit cheaper through the sale. But absolutely gorgeous eyeshadows. And then another thing from Bare Minerals, I don't necessarily love their pressed blushes. They're fine, they're nice, but you know, if I was choosing my favorite blush, it probably wouldn't be them, so I don't feel right mentioning them for my favorite high-end blush. But their bronzer, especially this Deep End, is my absolute holy grail contouring powder. Absolutely love this. So I wanted to mention that for a high-end, I don't know whether you want to call it a bronzer or a contour powder. And then for blush, you know, I really don't have anything all that high-end. So this is like a borderline kind of thing. This is a blush in Naked Truth from the Conservatory, which is my favorite. And it's $9.95, which is pretty affordable, and it's not that high-end. However, their shipping is really, really expensive. It's like $7.99. It's like it starts, it might even be more than that actually. It's pretty close to $10 depending on like the weight of the items you're getting. So that pushes the price of the items into high-end, unless you're getting a lot of things, and then you kind of divide the shipping out and it ends up being, you know, cheap per item. But if you're just getting one thing or a couple of things, it's almost like high-end. So that's kind of why I'm mentioning this. These are my favorite blushes, is their blushes, and I really don't have many others at all. And then a higher end mascara is the Buxom mascara. I just recently got a full tube of this. This is their amplified mascara. This is probably the least natural thing in here. However, it doesn't have like some really horrible ingredients like truly non-natural mascaras do. It is still, it's like quasi-natural, like Tarte or something, you know. A lot of people associate it with being natural, but it uses a mixture of natural and non-natural ingredients. And it has one of those rubber bristle brushes which you can twist to make it longer or shorter. And this is my favorite high-end mascara, and my second favorite, or it's actually a tie for my favorite mascara with the Waterproof Prestige mascara, my Waterproof Lashes, I believe it's called. That one is great and really stays on. That's my biggest pet peeve with mascaras. They smudge all over. And that one is natural, but you know, sometimes I just need something that doesn't smudge. Doesn't matter what the ingredients are. And that one's fantastic. You do have to use oil to remove it. This one I can get off with water, so most days I will wear this. It can sometimes smudge on me a little bit more than that other one, which doesn't really smudge at all. And I don't mind that a lot of the time because I'm not really wearing makeup all day long. I don't need it to last that long, or you know, just kind of minimal makeup day. And I love this. It separates, it lengthens, it looks gorgeous, it lasts well. I don't get those little flakes of mascara underneath my eye. And again, you know, like I said, very minimal smudging. So love this mascara. For lip products, I really don't have many high-end ones. This is actually the only thing that I have, and I do really like it, and that is the Red Apple lipstick. I'm wearing this actually today, the Pinkle Twinkle color. Gorgeous purple with a little bit of like a gold, very fine shimmer sheen to it. So I love their lipsticks. I think they're wonderful. They are pricey, but if you're looking for a pricey high-end item, you got nice packaging, you got nice colors. Really wonderful product. You got thorough swatches on their website as well. They show it on the lips of people of different skin tones, so that can be really helpful when you're choosing color. The only thing is you have to be careful because a few of their colors contain retinol palmitate, which is an ingredient that I personally avoid. So if you avoid it too, you have to read on their ingredients page whether the color you want contains it or not. And that's another thing, is unfortunately you have to go to the ingredients page and search through there versus just go, say you're looking at this color, go to the page of this color, it doesn't have the ingredients listed there. At least that's how it was. Maybe, I haven't checked in a while, maybe it's changed, but great high-end lipstick for skincare. So Silk Naturals isn't a company known for being high-end. They're actually really affordable. But I feel like this might fit into the high-end category just because it's around 20 bucks, 20 something dollars, 21, 22. This is their Awesome Sauce serum, and it is absolutely amazing. I love, love, love this serum. I cannot live without it. This is like the one skincare item. If I, you know, had to choose one skincare item to have, I would choose this, and I love this, so I thought that I would mention this. It really helps me with a whole bunch of skin things. It helps with acne too, even though it's not really like an acne product. And this is a spray bottle, which is not high-end, which is from Target, but this is another kind of skincare type thing. This is One Love Organics Morning Glory. I had a little sample of it. I don't have the full size because it is pricey. This is basically fractionated coconut oil that has a lot of extracts, a few essential oils and some plant extracts in it to kind of amp it up, give it a little edge over regular fractionated coconut oil. And this makes a great primer, actually, if you apply it on damp skin. Like, I like to spray George's Aloe all over my face and then put a drop or two of this. It makes a great primer. Doesn't break me out. And another thing that I really like to do is I have some George's Aloe in here, and I have what I had of this, the remains of this I put in here. And so if you shake it up, the oil mixes with the water, and you can't really see very well, but it's basically a mixture of the oil and the water. And this makes a great mist for setting your makeup as well as under your makeup. And what's different about this versus just using plain George's Aloe or even water is sometimes when you get your foundation wet, if you use powder foundation, you know, mineral makeup, whether it's pressed or loose, when you get it wet, sometimes you get that tight feeling when it dries. And having the oil in there really helps counteract that, and I feel like it just makes a much nicer setting mist having a little bit of oil in there. Not a lot, maybe like 1/8 of this is oil and the rest of this is water, or even like 1/10. I can see it floating in the top right now. It's just a thin little layer, and it just makes a great spray, especially if you have dry skin. But even if you have oily skin, I feel like this isn't necessarily oily. So that is it for all of my high-end skincare and makeup products. In terms of high-end gadgets, I thought that I would mention them in here as well. I didn't grab it, but I love my Clarasonic Mia. It's not like one of those miraculous things, like I started using it and I saw, you know, huge results, but it does really help clean my skin, give it a nice thorough cleanse, and I really like it. I don't know what I would do without it. And I've come to rely on it to cleanse my face every day, so I really enjoy it. Definitely worth a mention. And then my PMD as well, worth a mention. A great exfoliating product. This is a microdermabrasion, has a little disc in there, and you know, I have a video on it, but you use it on your face, you slide it across your face, I was looking for that word, and it helps, you know, exfoliate your skin. So both of those are kind of expensive, high-end gadgets. I thought I'd mention them. And that is it for my high-end video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.